So this is just a quick video on how we can use Google Fonts to get custom looking fonts in our web page. So there's quite a few reasons to use Google Fonts. One of them is that it's free and there's a lot of selection. And the other thing is that it circumvents this problem that we used to have with fonts on the internet, which is that, as you may know, if someone doesn't have a font on their computer, okay, then the computer can't really display that font. All right. So if you don't have Helvetica installed on your computer, then your computer doesn't know how to show you Helvetica fonts. So in the past, you had to find a way to kind of allow a download of that font onto someone's web page or someone's computer from your web page, which was more challenging than it might seem because, first of all, computers generally don't want to download and install software, and a font is software, from like a random web page without some kind of like scan or permission or whatever. The other thing is that there's obviously copyright issues involved in that. Okay, so what that meant was anytime you loaded a custom font onto your web page, there was a chance that it would never make it to the end user. Google Fonts just makes all of that so easy. So let's take a look and see how to do it. Okay, so I've just Googled Google Fonts, and I'll click the link. Okay, and I've got all these options here. There's all different ways to sort. You can sort by display, handwriting, serif, sans serif, monospace. All these different languages are available. You can look at some properties here. I'm just going to randomly pick one. I'll pick one that's distinct just because it'll make it easier to know that it's working. Okay, this one's really ugly, yellowtail, but we'll use it. So yellowtail, where'd it go? Yellowtail. Okay, so I'm going to click it, right? And it's got some options here, pairings. It tells me if I want to use it as a heading. These are some body copy options that work well with it. Okay, gives me a license, so it tells me how I can use them. I can use them freely in my projects, but I can't sell them. Okay. This is just who made it. Astigmatic made it. These are just all the letters that are involved. And here's all the styles, okay? Now, actually, I'm not going to use this one because I want to look at using more than one style. And as you can see, there's only one cut. So let's go back to the drawing board here, and let's click Fundamento. Okay, all right, Fundamento's got two cuts. It's got a regular, and it's got an italic. So we're going to select this style, all right? So I'll just come over here, select style. I'll click that one, right? And I want to make sure I click the italic as well. So I'll click it. Now, this window has popped up on the side that tells me what I've selected. All right, you can see here's Fundamento. I've got the regular 400 and I've got the regular 400 italic selected. Great. Now I can go and add more fonts if I wanted to, but let's just stick with this. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Embed. Okay, I'll click that. And now I've got some code here, all right? It's got a link, right? Link, okay, to this font. And what this is this is a link to the font software, and it will run in the background, okay? It doesn't have to get downloaded anymore to the end user's computer. The browser can just run it and show it to them. So I'm going to copy that link. Now go over to my HTML, and somewhere in the head section, okay, which is this area here, we're going to paste that link in. So I'm just going to put it right beside the link to my style sheet, okay? Because it kind of just makes sense in my brain to categorize it that way. So we'll post that in, and great. Now we just need to get the CSS rule as well. What is the CSS rule? Well, it's just the code that will tell it to use that specific font. So font family, Fundamento, cursive. And what the cursive means is, if for some reason maybe the Google server goes down and it can't download the font, it will just default to a cursive font. Okay, so I'll place this in here. font family, Fundamento, cursive, and let's see what happens. There we go. there it is. There it is. Let me take it off so you can see. So heading 1, when I remove it, just default. When I paste it in, paste it in, we get our heading for us there. So it really is that easy. And if we want to install that on our paragraph, okay, you can just type P, and we'll paste that in. There it is. Now, say we want to use the italic. I can say font style, okay, italic, and there we go. There we get the italic on the paragraph. Okay, so that's how easy it is to bring in Google Fonts. There is another way to do it, and you can use that way if you want, but this is the method I recommend. So that's the one I'll show, but that's really it. That easy to get fonts in here, folks. So I encourage you to give that a shot. Thank you.